Welcome to Boot Camp 2021, and it's not going to be like any other boot camp. This year, as we know, has been different than anything else, and let's talk about that and how we're going to move forward. It was the year of toilet paper. We talked about trying to find hand sanitizer. Remember all that? We were cutting our own hair. And if you're having Zoom fatigue, can I suggest that you make that meeting better? That you bring it to the meeting and bring something worthwhile talking about and discussing? It's your responsibility to bring it up. Zoom is the new way we're going to communicate. So this excuses as I'm all zoomed out, no, this is our only chance in this isolation to talk to each other. Today we're talking about problem solving and stress. Let's not all be outraged all the time. I've said it over and over again. You are all leaders in your business. And we have to reframe and not complain. So let's look back at some of the most wonderful things that happened in 2020. This is one of my favorite photos. It's the Barcelona Opera House. Here's a string quartet. And they were charged with, they wanted to broadcast this, but they had two issues. First of all, just like my teeny tiny studio audience here today, it's hard to perform to nobody. They put living plants in the seats, which also helped their acoustics. They made it a joyful experience, which otherwise could have been empty and void. Imagination is not canceled. Kindness is not canceled. Hope is not canceled. It is time to stop making excuses and start making changes. A lot of you suffer from this toxic productivity. Every minute off means you're not looking for business or taking care of business. And you carry it around. And we have such goals for production, for volume, for how many sales we can do, that we're losing sight of taking care of ourselves. And I want to talk about the toll that is taking on you without COVID, without the other stressors in this market. You know that feeling when you've just been doing too much for too long? I need a break. I've been working nonstop. I have so many clients who have needs. Matter of fact, we're taking care of so many people. A lot of you are not just taking care of your clients, you're taking care of family. You start to just feel worn down, you give up a little bit. And then of course you get that brain fog. You know that I'm losing clarity, I'm exhausted. But it turns out emotions aren't just your thoughts. They manifest themselves in your body as chemicals. There's this electric cascade of good and bad emotions all the time. Remember, I've said this before, that there's no decisions, there's no words in your brain. The part of your brain that makes decisions, there's no words in it. It is only emotions. Decisions are emotional. Listen to your body. It's smarter than you, all right? But what I'm going to tell you is that when you're highly stressed, not only is this affecting your body, but it's affecting the way you work. It's affecting your clarity. By the way, I'm not advocating a stress-free life, because if I was, you should all get out of real estate right away and go be a Tibetan monk or go join some ashram, because this life is extraordinarily stressful. It is for adrenaline junkies. It's for people who love the action, but you've got to take care of yourself. So we need to learn to deal with our stress regularly and separately, or you're going to have those migraines. You're going to go into a depression. You're going to feel too exhausted to function. We've all been there. But the most important thing, of course, is to breathe. And we've all heard one long, slow breath in, one long, slow breath out. Until you feel that, relax. I'm talking the kind of laughter that gives you that full belly laugh. You know when your stomach's jiggling and you can't control it and you sound really weird, that great laughter? That is one of the best stress releases. Hugs, measured, can have the same kind of 2-mile jog effect. Just last weekend, I met somebody who had lost their husband recently. And we had our masks on and I couldn't help myself. I gave her a hug. But I realized, guys, the good news is when you're hugging someone and you're over the shoulder, you're not breathing on them, you're breathing the other way. I think there's a way to hug during COVID. I just want to let you know, I think it can happen. So, run your own risks, but what I will tell you is after that interaction, she thanked me twice for hugging her. We are missing the human touch of others. Energy moves. And the theory behind this creative expression is that when you're stressed out and you've got some creativity, you can transfer that energy into a project, I think of Nancy Pilata baking those amazing cakes, right? I think about people who want to build something, people who want to write something, people who want to do a blog post. There's a million ways to go dance, to do something that creative. The story they tell is of a mother who lost their son, and she was a dancer. And she said what saved her life was she choreographed a dance to her son. It wasn't the dancing. It was the thinking about paying tribute to him outside. So think about your creative expression. What can you do to get that release? The secret to living well and living longer is eat half, walk double, laugh triple, and love without measure. If you don't want to burn out, stop living like you're on fire. I can't wait to hug you all.